There is a silence you try to avoid every time you turn off your bedroom light or unplug your phone. A sort of existential hum that our daily routine tries to bury at all costs. And the truth is that almost no one realizes this discomfort isn't the absence of people, but rather the suffocating presence of oneself. We were taught to label this state as loneliness and run from it as if it were a disease of the modern mind. But what if I told you that your consciousness is hiding secrets from you and using the fear of isolation as a smokescreen? The hidden code of your consciousness operates precisely when the outer world goes quiet, because it is in the emptiness of space that matter organizes itself. And it is in total retreat that your personal frequency stops echoing the noise of others and begins, finally, tuning into its own energetic signature. You are not afraid of being alone. You are afraid of discovering who is left when the stage of the world is dismantled. If we look closely at the ancient philosophers, they didn't view isolation as a punishment, but as the only real incubator for the awakening of consciousness. When you step away from the social theater and cheap validations, something very strange and profound begins to happen to the structure of your perception. Quantum physics shows us that the observer collapses the wave function, meaning your directed attention is what shapes and materializes the reality around you. But if your attention is constantly fragmented into 1,000 notifications, what you are creating is just a chaotic collage of other people's desires. Loneliness. Through this lens, is not a sterile void. It is the quantum vacuum. A field of pure potentiality where all the possibilities of who you can become are floating, waiting for you to quiet your mind to be finally observed and manifested. This is why your mind sabotages the silence, generating anxiety and a false urgency for connection, because it knows that if you stay in this space long enough, the illusion of the ego unravels and you begin to remember who you truly are. Think of your energy as a musical note that has been forced to play in unison with an out-of-tune orchestra for years on end, generating a distorted frequency alignment that drains your life force and keeps you trapped in repetitive cycles of emotional scarcity. Retreat is the process of tuning your own instrument away from the noise. An invisible recalibration, where the particles of your mind leave the state of chaos and enter phase coherence. The secrets your consciousness hides are not repressed memories or past traumas. They are the reality creation codes that demand a unified mind to operate, and a mind only unifies when it stops mirroring itself in the gaze of others. We spend our lives begging for applause from audiences that are also lost, projecting onto the outer world the expectation of a fulfillment that only happens when our perception turns inward and recognizes its own divinity. When you embrace this silence without the need to fill it with cheap distractions, loneliness instantly transmutes into solitude, which is the state where your presence is enough, where the observer and the observed become a single fabric of pure light and focused intention. This is not a passing self-help trend or a cold, selfish isolation, but a rigorous internal engineering a spiritual construction tool that demands the courage to break old certainties and face your own existential nakedness. The next time the weight of being alone tries to frighten you, don't turn on the television, don't open social media, and don't seek the anesthetic comfort of routine. Just feel the pressure of this vacuum. Breathe through the uncertainty and allow your frequency signature to stabilize into your true essence. The code has been broken. The illusion of isolation no longer holds power over a mind that understands that the entire universe collapses within itself, and that the greatest journey you can take is not outward, but through the layers of silence that separate you from who you were always capable of becoming. Stand firm in your own presence. Tune into your own truth and change your perspective once and for all. Awaken your essence. Axis Soul.